What's going on?
It's
Saturn. Sailor Saturn.
we gave him like a
Yeah.
like the thing you do at the end of like end of school, I think. Lots of different places, but like
This is the thing where people make a triangle with
they
their
make an
arms.
arc.
I don't know if we could though, because we are small children and he's at least as 20
Also,
something.
like our heads are massive and our arms are tiny.
I mean, yeah,
So-
but like that's just an overworld sprite.
No, that's how we look.
No, but we saw in our battle sprites
That's
that we're normally proportioned.
how we look. It's just for battles we get into bigger, more proportioned mechs because it's anime.
Oh, of
And
course.
That's how we have the strength. That's how we actually get the strength to throw Pokeballs.
Is
Yeah,
Bidoof
Bidoof!
criminally underrated?
I actually like them all, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, we don't have any Pokeballs, so let's not.
We can get experience though.
Eh.
We can leave this Bidoof bloodied and bruised.
So, I wonder how many of the details of Gen 4 do you know about?
Only bits and pieces from various playthroughs I've seen, or the one playthrough that I've seen all the way through of
Yeah.
4th gen, and that wasn't Platinum in the first place. I know that there is a, I think it's a fog condition that is
Yes.
completely bullshit.
Yeah, it basically shows up in like 2 areas, so you need to dedicate an entire HM to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, I think it just like halves everyone's accuracy or something.
Yeah, that's
It's just
that's
annoying.
dumb. I also know that no, nothing else. I watched that playthrough like years ago.
Because most of the stuff, like, I'm remembering, like, that we're going to encounter going forward is stuff that's like, wow, we didn't have this quality of life improvement yet. So stuff like, the EXP share.
It
is-
still functions as a held item.
Yeah, it's a held item that one Pokemon gets, so you have to rotate it around your team to have the one that's lagging behind catch up instead of just like turn it on. Which, in fairness, like a lot of people criticize the way the XP share works now for like making it a bit too easy, which I get, but I don't really mind it.
Kids game.
Yeah, I mean, like, and you have the option to leave it off.
Yeah. Level 7. Learn Roar of Time. Damn it. I thought I could speak it into existence.
I think we learn Bobble first as our first water type.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Then we get Peck as well. A bit before we evolve into Crin. This is our Pokemon Research Lab.
Thud.
Oh yeah, I think this is one of the only regions where the professor's lab isn't in the starting town.
Oh yeah.
Are there any other ones? Kanto, Johto,
Carlos.
Oh yeah, Carlos. The starting town barely counts as a town though.
There's houses and we live there.
Well, no, but it's 3 houses,
Well, yeah, but
and then a small path to what counts as another separate.
pretty much
town.
every other starting town has like 4 houses.
Yeah, but it
It's
like
one less house.
the way your town in Kalos is like built, it's like a street with 3 houses on one side, and then you go down a road to an actual town.
It's not a road. It's Route 1.
Well, a path. For some reason, the street you live on is outside the town boundaries.
It's just a cul-de-sac.
Yeah, I guess.
But then at some point they decided to gain independence from the
Alright,
actual
now we
town.
can name our Piplup.
Hey! I want to call him Pingu. Unless there's a better name.
I think I've got one called Bonaparte because Napoleon.
Ah, yeah.
Napoleon, but Pingu works.
Newt.
You're happy with that nickname? Yeah. Oh, speaking of nicknames, that was another thing that they didn't introduce until I want to say at least Gen 5, where if you don't give something a nickname, you can't later.
Oh, so the nickname
So
rater doesn't. The name rater doesn't work.
The name rater works only for Pokemon with nicknames.
Damn.
So if you change your mind later and be like, actually, I do want to give you a nickname, catch a new one.
You know what I think is stupid? Like, the fact that if you're not the original owner of a Pokemon, you can't change its name. Like, it's a nickname specifically.
That's actually a cultural thing.
Is it?
For Japan, yeah. So it's like the idea that because it's a gift from someone else, it's rude to in any way change it.
That's fair enough, I suppose.
And like they usually, there's usually like an NPC somewhere who like gives you some flavor text where it's just like, when you get a traded Pokemon, the nickname is a show of that original trainer's love for their Pokemon, so you can't change it because that would be like erasing their love.
But then you get nicknames. You get one of the traded Pokemon that are like.
Oh yeah, like you get a fucking Magikarp called Cuntface.
I was gonna say that it's just like symbols.
Yeah.
And it's like full caps. Like, I feel like there should be a thing when you get traded it where it's like, do you want to change its name? And if you click no, it's stuck.
Yeah.
Because that would be like a happy medium.
Anyway, Trumbus and Pingu going to fill out the Pokedex.
Yay! We're totally gonna do that.
Absolutely. Why wouldn't?
Because
Professor asked me to help, so I'm filling the Pokedex pages too. That makes us comrades, working towards same goal. I'll teach you stuff later, okay?
I can't wait until we get to the Gen 9 and it's Russia. And
that's gonna be a big fucking
biggest region that ever existed.
With the least amount of stuff in it.
Yep. Route 3 is like the entirety of Siberia.
There's one of the fucking towns is just fucking. Oh yeah, TM.
Whoa!
Not reusable.
Ah, fuck off.
Yeah, one use.
I thought that was a change that came in this gen as well.
Nope, that was Gen 5.
Ah.
So we need to think very carefully about who we give our TMs to.
It's shit like this that's like, maybe I don't want to play the older Pokemon games.
Well, I will say, Gen 4 is as far back as I can go. And the specific reason for that is the physical special split.
Yeah, it's just stupid.
Which, for the uninitiated, all Pokemon moves fit into 3 categories. Status is just like change your stats or give other people bad stats or whatever. Then there's physical and special, which basically is like either I hit you or I spit something at you, and that determines which of your stats and their defensive stats it uses. Prior to Gen 4, certain types were either physical or special. So like,
you have the Dark type move, Bite.
Yes.
Which is special, because Dark type is special.
So even though you're physically biting something, or you're physically cutting it with Night Slash or something, it uses your special stat. So if you have a really powerful brain, but weak muscles, you can bite someone really good.
Dumb.
Which also made certain Pokemon of certain types effectively useless. Like Sneasel, for example, has a really high attack stat, but Dark and Ice were both special only, so it can't utilize any of the moves of its type effectively. So Gen 4 changed that so every individual move is either physical or special.
Good.
Which is like that's the one thing I'm like, I cannot go back because I do not want to have to deal with the mental gymnastics involved in making my brain adjust. Even playing Let's Go Eevee, where it like
no abilities.
Exactly, no abilities. I spent the entire game being like, oh man, Team Rocket keeps throwing all these wheezings and coughings at me, but I can't use my ground type moves because they got levitate. Until that moment clicked in my head where I was like, wait, no they fucking don't. I've been sending my Eevee with its one psychic move out to deal with all of these fucking coughings and wheezings when I could have just been sending my Nidoking to fucking... Wait. I should have paid attention to what he said there. Because he pushed me out of the grass. Why don't you go... Oh, yeah. Yeah, I need to go tell my mom that I'm leaving and going on a cross-country adventure. That would be important. It's alright. Won't take long to get there.
Twinley Town.
Hey, Mom.
Welcome home, Trombus.
Ah, and she healed me. Is that Trombus? You're going on an adventure? Cool. That means I get to use the bed.
Took me a while to click with
There's only one bed in the house, and it's in your room. I guess your mum just sleeps on that futon there.
Wasn't Alola the first gen to actually give your mother a bedroom?
I think so.
20 years of Pokemon, and finally your parent gets a place to sleep.
I can't remember the exact layout of the Carlos house.
I don't remember there being an house.
I want to say that like there's not another room, but there's like a section of the downstairs area that could be for your mum, I guess. But like whatever, your mum sleeps in the kitchen, where she belongs.
Hi, internet.
There's just there was a pause there.
So you filled it with the
Yeah.
right thing to say.
Exactly. Anyway, I
got
got to
to
give a parcel to Mongo. It's Mongo's mom. I remember seeing one of those things where it's just like, if you name your rival penis, there's like one bit in the whole game where someone says something and it sounds funny. And it's just like the mom saying, oh, my penis shot off like a rocket, and like all the 12-year-olds are like,
worth it. 420.
And then like, I called my wife retard.
It's probably because I'm immature.
Yeah.
I'm not? No. What am I?
You're a man, man.
Everything I've known is a lie. Finally!
You're a big boy today, Cuff.
Finally, my bar mitzvah.
Yeah. That was the other thing Gen 4 had, is gender differences.
Oh, as in like cosmetic differences?
Yeah, and then as soon as Gen 5 rolled around, they abandoned it completely, with the exception of Frillish, Jellicent, and Unpheasant.
What are you doing? You gotta tell your mother where
Did
you're going.
you know how to catch Pokemon? Yes.
This is another thing I want in Gen 8. I think where it's like, I know how to catch Pokemon.
Like, don't get rid of the tutorials, because some people still need them, but like, just like, because there was even at the beginning with Professor Rowan, he's like, do you need adventure on info? And there was an option saying no info needed, and he's just like, alright, cool, skip. But like, I don't need to be shown around the town. I know what the Pokemon Center is. I know where to buy things. I know how to catch things. So just give me a dialogue option where the character who's about to give you a tutorial says, "Do you want it?" And then we say no, and they're like, "Cool, off you go," and that's all.
Or they do the biggest bait and switch ever, where during the Pokemon catching tutorial, the Pokemon refuses to stay in the ball and struggles itself to death, and then the person teaching you is left to feel emasculated and runs
boy.
off in a huff, and they become the villain of that game, or because that Route 1 Pidgey would rather kill itself than stay in the Pokeball. And I hope that they have the customary like 50 Pokeballs that person always has, and they go through each and every one of them in sequence, and they all get to like 2 or 3 shakes, because that would be the biggest middle finger to everyone who ever complained about the Pokemon catching tutorial. And the Game Freak would have my undying respect if they were to do that.
You know what Gen 8 could do that no other Pokemon game has like actually fully committed to? A female rival. Because like,
Yeah.
Gen 3 technically had it where the other gender option was your rival, but then Wally ended up being
comes along.
actual rival anyway. And then Gen 5 had like, well, Gen 5 and 6 had multiple rivals, one of which was a girl at least, but like the actual serious rival was the guy.
If you played as the male character in Gen 6, you had 2 female rivals.
I mean, yeah, but again, that's based on which gender you choose.
Well, piggybacking off that, I hope that if the rival in Gen 8 is female, it is basically the character that everyone uses in their Galar memes with the female protagonist and her being like really Scottish.
Yeah.
I hope that's the rival.
No, I want to assume that role as the player character.
No, but the player character is always voiceless. I want the rival to be like that.
No,
and
but like
boisterous and like.
See, what I want is to like, well, because like, obviously the player character never speaks or anything like that, but like you can, as a result of the silent protagonist thing, you can project a personality onto them. That's the personality I'm projecting onto my.
Oh, I'm not saying the player character can also be like that in your own head, but I want in-game text boxes where it's like doing all the.
Yes. What are we calling a Bidoof?
Big Teefs.
It needs to sound like an actual name at least.
You're saying Big Teefs isn't an appropriate name for a Bibarel?
It's just every time it happens, it's gonna make me think of Biggie Cheese from fucking Barnyard. There we go.
You're saying Chungus is.
It sounds more like a name than Big Teefs.
But Chungus reminds me of vomiting.
Well, no, it should remind you of the Fat Bugs Bunny meme.
Yeah,
Big Chungus.
that meme makes me vomit.
Wow.
At least Big Chungus. Combination of the two names. We've got a bit.
We'll catch a Starly, then
Sure.
go back to the
Get out of here.
I think we should start seeing Kricketot and Shinx as of this route as well.
Oh, I like Shinx.
It's either this route or Route 2 or 3, but I feel like it's this route.
Oh, that's right, Luxray. I completely forgot about
Yeah,
him.
Luxray's a good boy.
He's very good. I can't remember when I used a Luxray, but I remember he did me good.
Alright, maybe this patch of grass will have not to do.
And then out of nowhere, an Arceus. Nope.
Unless that is Arceus.
Well, you're gonna bring up the possibility that's Arceus and then just run. You're not gonna catch it out of respect for the god of all Pokemon.
I've already got a Bidoof.
But you don't have an Arceus.
There we go.
Yes, we're catching this.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind if this was a permanent member of the team.
Yeah.
With Intimidate. Oh yes, please.
Oh yeah, like I think it can have either
Guts.
Intimidate.
Right?
No, it's Rivalry. I think
I'm sure it has Guts.
that might be a hidden ability. We'll look it up.
That's the only reason I'm here, to research things that I'm not sure about. Alright, Lux Ray. Not Luck Ray, because that's a C, not an X.
One more.
Yeah, Guts is just an ability.
Yeah, and Rivalry.
Rivalry and Intimidate.
Yeah. Perfect.
Wow.
I want to say Gen 4 was the first one to have the item you used last feature as well in battle.
Yeah, that's really helpful.
Gotta say though, the continuation of that with Gen 7 just having a dedicated Pokeball button.
Oh, that's so helpful. Gen 7 just has so many little quality of life changes.
Every single time, like, you can be like, Mega Evolution, I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. And, like...
It's the small touches that always impress me more.
Yeah. Like, I remember Gen 5, the thing I was most excited about was the fact that if a repel wears out, there's an automatic notification saying, do you want to use another one?
With the exception of the elimination of HMs in Gen 7. Like, that was the one big thing where I was like, yes, thank you, finally. And I really hope Gen 8 doesn't go back to HMs, because...
I mean, Let's Go didn't. The only thing I can see going back to HMs are remakes of all the games.
Yeah.
So Gen 4 remakes might have them.
Female Shinx to become a Luxray.
Let's call you Neon.
Neon is actually my name for a female Manectric, funnily enough.